Alright, Biff, game on.
Let's go.
Shit. Desk of Death Battle is back, and as someone who enjoyed the series back in its original airing, it fills me with a sense of warm fuzzies to see it return. Now, I wasn't exactly heartbroken by its obliteration, but I did yearn to see Jocelyn return, and eventually she did, and now so is Desk of Death Battle. But Mog Slothman when? Let's talk about the first episode since its return, Superman's weird forgotten powers. So the first thing of note to me is that the editing is exceptionally good, naturally using the same fucking style of goddamn fucking comic panels over and over and over and over and over and over and over again has made Death Battle basically perfect at editing them. Because frankly, they're probably more experienced editing panels than they are editing actual video footage. And you know, on the note of editing, Jocelyn is now fully animated. That has nothing to do with editing, in her closet room or whatever, and it's quite interesting. Now the background is really nice. Yarnbjorn, the Mega Buster, the Mind Transfer Device, the Power Sword, what I initially thought was an adorable fan favorite sword. There's a ton of references here and it's really cool. Jocelyn herself though, while she's animated okay, there's no shading. There's no shading. She looks so flat, not in that way you fucking get. It just looks a bit weird in this background. But I'm not fussed, not gonna lose my sleep over this. It's Desk of Death Battle, why would I lose sleep over anything? As for the writing, well, the facts are fun as always. It's nice to see some of Superman's obscure powers here. Kind of. I mean, they didn't really tackle any of his, like, really stupid shit. I mean, I'm aware of everything here, and a lot of people actually know all of the powers they showed here. There are some that people don't know that are ridiculous, like, Superman has the ability to kick the shit out of the concept of his own death and then befriend it. He is the physical embodiment of truth and justice. Superman's senses are so high that he can see infinite distance and can hear molecules in the air protesting. He doesn't just fly with his no, he warps space-time behind him. He can revert Swamp Thing from energy to physical form with his bare hands, and Swamp Thing's energy form is pure information. Superman has the power to vibrate so hard he performs an exorcism on an entire planet and send it flying out of the Omniverse. Suffice to say, the Desk of Death Battle barely even scratched the surface of Superman's fucking absurd, ridiculous powers. In fact, they actually went with some of his, like, iconic weird powers, like the mini Superman. Now, that isn't a real problem I have with the episode. I just wanted to share some of my knowledge of some of Superman's most ridiculous powers, at least that I've seen. My main issue, honestly, with this episode is that it just wasn't very funny. Now, Lisa Foiles? I'm reading it now, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm assuming Foiles. I hope it's not Foiles. I'm just gonna stop talking. The voice actress for Jocelyn, she does sound like she's having a blast. She sounds enthusiastic, you know, she's talking about this stuff while also sounding like kind of machine gun speak, you know. It gives the idea that she's giving out information too quickly, but in a way that plays into her character and is still sensible. Nothing wrong with Jocelyn herself. I just don't find any of the jokes written here actually funny. Well, I did laugh at one point, you know, where the YouTube version, like, has Wiz pause the fucking video to drop a sponsor. Could you imagine just pausing a video to drop a sponsor? What a ridiculous concept.
Nemesis Bloodwork will be right back after this obvious and non-funny joke where we say the sponsor of today's video is Breaking Bad and it's dumpling our protagonist Ryu. Also, mud is disgusting, don't eat it.
That's over a minute long too, it's like a fifth of the video. There's also the bit where Jocelyn talks about Superman in a way that makes you think, maybe they're gonna actually talk about what makes him such a good character. Like, Superman at his best. She talks about how he isn't unrelatable and he isn't uninteresting. Oh boy, they're gonna bring up how he's a superhero for the common man. Yeah, he'll save the universe if he needs to, but he'll always make time for any random person who needs help. He knows he can't be there for everyone, and he feels bad that he can't, but he tries to do his best anyway. Even if he can't save every person on the world from everything, as long as there's that small chance that what he does could save a single life, help a single person when they need, comfort someone when they need a shoulder to cry on, he's going to still be a hero. His biggest struggles aren't Darkseid, Lex Luthor, or Doomsday. It's just getting through his life, trying to balance what he wants to do with what he needs to do. He wants to help people, but he needs to work his job and earn money because he lives his life like any normal person. Despite being what he is the most human superhero in DC. He stands as a symbol that even those with unlimited potential aren't always going to be better off than you or I. Just because we might stumble, we might fall, we might not have everything come to us naturally, life is a matter of getting back up and doing your best to achieve what you want. He's a hero that you can aspire to be, because Superman is not a hero because of his superpowers, he's a hero because he's a good person. And anyone can be a good person if they try. Oh, wait, no, she backpedals, never mind. Also, the solar flare feels really out of place here, because, like, that's not even a power I could see people being surprised by. The guy already has heat vision, and the solar flare is just out on a bigger scale from his whole body. It's like bringing up all of Wonder Woman's weird conceptual and empathic manipulation powers, and then also throwing in that she can do 7 flips in a single somersault. Also, Jocelyn says that all Death Battle moments are 73.6% stronger, but given they're all Versus Show fans, I am obligated to point out that 73.6 times 0 is actually still 0. Wow, that was not a particularly interesting review now, was it? I gotta think of a way to end it. Biffweed, more like shitty Walter